Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
You know, I've said before that I think that I should have, or we all should, have a light on the top of our car, like a police light, but it's a yellow light. And it tells people around you to allow for your travel in patience because you have to go to the toilet. Yesterday, just a few days ago, I drove up from the South Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So I have, you know how many cups of tea I drink, blah, blah, blah. It's always a risk when I'm going for a 3-hour car trip from where I was to my home. Anyway, I thought, look, I'll be okay. Let's just get going. So I made it through Wollongong, through, heading towards Heathcote. And I start to think, you know what? I'm feeling the urgency to go to the toilet, but it's okay because there's what's the name? Foodery. What does that even mean?
Foodery.
Foodery?
Foodery.
It's the worst name of all time.
That's the Ampol.
Yeah, there's one at the top of the hill.
Yep.
And I thought...
What's the worst name? I like Foodery.
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 It's not English.
That's Foodery.
That's not a word. It's not a word in the English language.
No, but it's catchy. I like it. Because
Okay.
I thought it was food dairy.
Yes.
Foodery.
Okay. So I went into the Foodery, and I've been there before, so I know that they've got
sandwiches.
a nice toilet. But I thought I won't be one of those people who runs in and says and tries to use the toilet without using other things. So I pulled up and I thought, and I had the dog in the car, and I thought, I will get some petrol. I only needed a third of a tank, but I thought, you know what, I'll get some petrol. My bladder will hold out long enough for me to put a third of a petrol tank of petrol in, go inside and use the facilities without any guilt because I've got some petrol. So put the petrol in, head towards the Foodery. The door has a workman on it and some tape sealing it off.
Oh, no.
So I go under the tape. He said, hey, you can't come in here. I said, what do you mean? My voice, what do you mean? He said, no, you have to pay for your petrol at the night window. I said, but I've got to go to the toilet. Something to the night window, the poor man there. I said, I have to use the toilet. He said, no, you can't come in. I said, and I lectured him about the only reason I'd bought petrol was because I had to go to the toilet. Like he cares. So I just paid it. I said, oh, now I've got to find somewhere else. Like he cares.
Yeah.
So I got in the car.
So where did you go to?
There was a Shell, the next petrol station.
I know the one, yeah.
So I go in there, and by now, you know what it's like when you get close to the door and you put your key in the door. You can't trick your bladder too often because it will just let go.
Yeah.
So I go to the next service station. I pull in. I think I'm not going to. If I have to buy a packet of chips, whatever, I'll have to do it. But I thought, please God, don't let me need a key.
You didn't
to
try
the toilet.
Engadine Macca's.
I don't know where that is, Brendan. I was just sticking to the road here.
Okay.
So I pull into the next one, and I think, I hope I don't need a key. So I just run towards. It's an outside toilet there, and there's a big sign: toilet out of service.
Oh, that's no good.
I have tricked my bladder twice now.
And the bladder's going, okay.
And so I used every scrap of strength I had. I got back in the car and I kept driving.
To where?
Well, that's the thing. I couldn't find one.
So
and I couldn't
what about
trust
Loftus?
one.
The Loftus.
Well, the Loftus what?
The Loftus Dunnies.
Where are they?
Well, it's apparently a bit of a beat.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I couldn't risk going
It's opposite
somewhere.
the tram museum.
Well, how am I'm driving on the main road. I'm driving on the M1.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to risk going into another one? I couldn't trick my bladder again.
So where'd you go?
Well, I drove and drove and drove. And finally, and occasionally I'd see something. I saw another Foodery. But by then I was in the right-hand lane having to turn right, and that's way over the other side. And so I was holding on. Finally, around Brightmoor Sands, I thought I'm going to have to pull into something here.
Oh, where that container is.
Well, I don't know.
Because, someone chopped down all the trees, and so the council put up a container. There's a great dunny right there, but it's on the wrong side.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's all on the wrong side for me. I know where they are heading to the South Coast, coming back home.
Yeah.
Where are they all?
Yeah.
So I went into another Shell. I thought, can I risk it? Went to another Shell and I said, I'm happy to buy things. Can I use your toilet? And he said, we don't have one.
Oh, no.
And he said, there's one a public one across the road.
Yeah, that's the one.
A 6-lane highway. Oh. I said, how do I get there? And he said, you have to walk half a mile back and cross over. So by then I just thought, I'm just going to wee my car. So I got back in the car and I just drove home.
And what, did you make it?
I made it. But here's my gripe, and I have a few.
Sure.
Is that these are not petrol stations, they are service stations. They put big signs out the front. We have food, we have ATMs, we have stuff.
We have quirky names like Foodery.
We have all this stuff. You should service a toilet. And in the same way that they check if all the lights are out of sync, it's a long drive from Wollongong to Heathcote. No chance of going to the toilet there. The next 2 toilets were both out of action. And then a long chunk before there was another one.
Sure.
Keep an eye on it, people. Or people like me or kids or all that sort of stuff. What are they going to do?
So when did you wee?
Well, when I got home. And I phoned ahead and I said to Harley and Liam, who's home for a few days, I said, get out of the toilet, I'm coming in hot.
It's like Top Gun Maverick. Well, if anything, we give you a round of applause to your pelvic floor.
It had quite the workout yesterday, thank you.